my channel, it's Taylor. So today we are going to be doing a Valentine's Day look. Now I know there are a lot of looks out there that are more unique, like someone will have a pink eyeliner, but today we're just gonna do like a classic Valentine's look with a bold wing and some bold lips. So let's just get straight on into this video. All right, so I'm gonna start off with my primer. Today we're going to be using a Photo Focus Wet n Wild face primer called Dewy Luminex. So you have to make sure when you're using this one to use a very, very small amount because it's very glowy. And it ends up very tacky on the skin as well. So it's gonna make my skin very glowy and radiant. And make sure to have like a wet rag next to you because it gets really impacted and stuck into your finger. All right, next we're gonna go in with my trusty Makeup Revolution foundation stick in the shade F4. I like to use this stick with makeup looks that I might be not so confident in because I at least know that my skin will always look good with this foundation. Although I've never used this foundation over the primer that I used, and I'm actually almost out of this foundation as well. I'm so sad. I have to go buy some more, and I'm just gonna go on with my damp beauty blender and pat that all over my skin. I know I might be getting some comments saying that this foundation is too light for me, but I promise in person it matches my skin a lot better. And if you hear anything in the background, it's probably just my dogs. My boyfriend's parents just sent him a little care package and they sent 2 little doggy toys in it. So they've been going wild for those toys. All right, now that that is all blended in, we're going to move on with concealer. Now I know I always use the exact same concealer, but it's because I love it so much. It's the Tarte Shape Tape. And I'm gonna put a good amount down because this is going to be a very full coverage, perfect cake face look. So if you don't want that kind of look today, then this is not the video for you. I'm just highlighting all the parts of my face that are naturally lighter. One thing I'm noticing with the foundation on top of this primer is that my foundation looks a little bit darker than it normally does. And that might be because the primer is a little tinted. So just keep that in mind if you're using the 2 that I am using. All right, now I'm just gonna go and set my under eyes with the CoverGirl Clean pressed powder. Now I haven't used this yet, but I got a lighter one because I wanted to make sure that my under eyes are highlighted and nice and bright and set. It does sort of smell like, I don't even know what this smells like. When you first smell it, it sort of smells like baby powder, but then the scent like transforms. It's a little odd. Now that we're done with that powder, I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl Clean Professional powder and finish setting the other parts of my face. I always make sure to do when I'm doing a very full coverage look is because I do wear glasses. I make sure to set the sides of my nose for a good amount of time, or bake them for a good amount of time and make sure they're nice and set, because I don't want my nose to crease as much. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to my brows. And I'm just gonna use the Revlon Color Stay eyebrow pencil. If you get tired of me watching, or if you get tired of watching me fill in my brows the same way all the time, comment down below and I'll make sure to fast forward through this part or skip it. And really quickly, I'm just gonna dust off that powder on my face. Alright, so now that we're done with brows, we are going to move on to my eyes, and I'm just going to use the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I love this palette. I actually got it for Christmas from my boyfriend's parents. I think it's so pretty, and it really suits blue eyes as well. So I love wearing any of these colors because they just seem to make my eyes pop a bit more. And first I'm just gonna go in with a clean blending brush. I'm gonna take this second shade right here and just blend that lightly into my crease. And these shades are pretty pigmented too, guys, so make sure to go in with a really light hand. And I'm also just gonna bring that on my lower lash line. Now I'm just gonna go in with the darkest brown shade right here, and I'm just gonna add that into my outer corner, just to deepen up the look a little bit, but not too much. Recently, I've been obsessed with watching James Charles. I think he's so funny. Still debating on whether or not I want to get my hands on his palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful and I love the message behind it, but I'm not very sure if I want to get it just because it has so many bright colors, and I'm not that, I get a little nervous when it comes to bright colors because I always do similar things when it comes to my eyes. I don't do any like bright pinks or purples or blues. I stick with more natural tones, so I think it'd be like a nice challenge. All right, now we're just gonna move on to the eyeliner, and I'm going to use the Tarte Kitten eyeliner that Katy Perry came out with. I believe it was Katy Perry. It is a really nice felt wand. I'm sorry, I can't really talk during this. That's a bit thicker than I wanted it to be, but oh well. Well, They're not the same. Now that we're done with the eyes, I'm gonna do mascara last. I'm gonna move on with the rest of my face. I'm just gonna use my butter bronzer. I'm gonna bronze up my skin. Next I'm gonna go on with blush. I know, right? I'm actually using blush today, but this is a Valentine's Day look, so I wanna make sure I look nice and cute. And I'm using a Tarte blush in the color Exposed, and it's just this one right here. Now, one thing I love about the Tarte blushes, I think I mentioned this in an earlier video, but they're very, very blendable. So if you accidentally put too much on your cheeks, then it's easy to just blend it out. Actually, I'm just gonna put a little bit over my nose to give that little like sun-kissed sunburn look that's so popular right now. I'm just gonna blend that out. I think that blush looks really pretty. And I'm going to next go in with my highlighter. It's a Wet n Wild highlighter. It looks like this. It's a nice pinky shade. And I think it's gonna look really cute with the makeup look we're going with today. Like, oh, it's so pretty. I'm just gonna put that underneath my brow bone as well, but it is so, so pretty. I love this highlighter shade. I'm going to move on to mascara, and then I will come right back for the lip color. Alright, so now that my lashes are done, I just use the Thrive Cosmetics mascara like I always do. I just love the way it makes my lashes look. We are going to move on to my lipstick, and I got a Milani red lipstick in the shade Best Red. I think it is so pretty. So let's just go ahead and put that on real quick. All right, so I already went in and lined my lips. I just used an invisible line or a lip liner that my mom got me a little while ago. Now let's go in and use this lipstick. It's so pretty and it smells really good, sort of like a watermelon. It does feel very matte. Once it's warmed up a bit, it does glide onto your lips a lot smoother. This was the first time I used it, so it was a bit hard to put on at first, but once it warmed up, it looked really nice. So I will come right back for the finished look. All right, guys, so this is the finished look with my mascara and lipstick on. I know I might get some questions about my hair below. I did go back to the hair salon and finish with my blonde transformation. So it is nice and blonde now and not as brassy as it was last time. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to like it down below and subscribe to my channel to see more of my content. Bye, guys.